What's up, everybody? Welcome to another adventure with yours truly. Today we're at the Winchester Mystery House in San Jose, California, also known as the house that Ghost built. So, was taking a trip to San Francisco with my pops and decided to swing by since it was on the way, so why not? Honestly, it was my first time there, even though I've had plenty of t-shirts and stickers and other things from this wonderful location, but have never gone personally until this day. So yeah, here's a quick overview of my day at the Winchester Mystery House. Started off in the gardens. It was a a walk at your own pace type thing. There was quite a few things to see back here, but in all honesty, I'm not a big fan of gardens or greenery, so definitely hit up this particular area of the house real quick. But I was unaware that in the back actually had the living quarters for a lot of the guys that were working on the house during the time it was under construction, even though it was under construction for over 30 years, 3 decades. Just a constant building, tear down, building, tear down. And in, I believe, 1906 was the big earthquake near San Francisco, and the building was originally 7 stories tall, and due to the earthquake, they had to demolish the top 3 floors. So it's only a 4-story building in certain parts of the house. As you can see, the door to nowhere. Most people think it was to trick the ghost into thinking, you know what, a way out. Or maybe it was just an easy way for the foreman and construction crew to lift materials into the window. We will never know. But they definitely did a good job with the construction of the house, with all the Victorian architecture, which I believe the property was a little over 100 acres, and now it's dwindled down to only 4 due to a lot of the land being sold off after Mrs. Winchester's death. The front door entrance, there was actually a speaker box that was given a laydown of the front of the house, and if I remember correctly, it was saying that once they built the door, they only used the front door once, which I find really odd, and who knows if that's really true, that they constructed the whole front of the house and only used the front door once, considering how ornate it was. So yeah, here's a little Indian guy statue chilling in the front of the house, kind of like a memorial to the memory of a lot of the Native Americans that were shot by Mrs. Winchester's husband's rifles. And that's how she got her claim to fame. On average, she was making $1,000 a day in 1906 and on. Obviously, there's some time frame before that she was making money prior to her husband's death, but afterwards, $1,000 per month. So she wasn't short on cash, and as you could tell from this little part of the house was a group of windows and different stained glass showing the architecture and money that was put into a lot of the windows. Here you can see the mini staircase that goes up about 4 feet high, but yet you do like 6 different switchbacks just to get up to the next floor. Or the next level. I don't know if you were really going up a full flight of stairs. But she had arthritis, so it was very hard for her to get around. So they made her mini steps throughout the house. And here was the original staircase to the attic that ended up getting boarded up after the earthquake. Parts of the original house that were already on property. I believe it was an 8 or 7 room house at the time. So there were certain parts of the house that were original that were barely touched. Mrs. Winchester's room. She actually passed away on that bed. There's a photo of her and a photo of her husband in the background, which there's only one actual photograph of her that is known to exist, so these are just what people assume she looked like, as well as her husband. I believe this was her assistant's room, her confidant. After her husband passed away, she had a lot of people taking care of the property, obviously building, and then she had her assistants, maids, all that good stuff that come with being wealthy. A lot of these hallways were very ornate, and they were actually behind bedroom walls, almost like secret tunnels to get to one room to the other, but behind the walls. This was one of her indoor gardens. Since she had a hard time getting around, she couldn't be outside too often because it was a trek to get all the way from one part of the house to outside, so she had some indoor gardens, a greenhouse built into the house with removable floors, so basically she can water her plants right on the floors and they would seep into a plumbing pipe underneath the wood slats. Very cool sconces, light fixtures, you name it, it was all there. Like the wood paneling on this room was very ornate. This was like her entertaining ballroom. That was eye-catching right there. And this was her safe, and from what is told is all they found when they opened it was the obituary of her husband, her daughter, and locks of hair, and nothing else. Table full of delicious foods that were probably presented to her on a daily basis. As I'm sure you've noticed, half of this video, at least more than half of the video, was actual footage, and the second half was all photos due to not being able to take video in the house. So I took a lot of screenshots of the house. At least these are all my favorites of Mrs. Winchester's mansion. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching this video and had as much fun as I did making it for you. Definitely a must-see again. Would love to do a nighttime personalized ghost tour at some point, maybe around October if they're having it this year. So wishful thinking on my part, so I will definitely be back. That was a short look of my quick 3-hour adventure to the Winchester Mystery House. I hope you enjoyed the video, and stay tuned for more adventures of this northern part of California. I'm actually off to San Francisco next, so stay tuned for that video. Okay, bye.